Hello. So I'm going to talk about what music means to me, specifically with regards to writing music. So when I was 17, and I'll maybe go into this in more detail in another video, but I was quite depressed, um, felt lost, like a lot of teenagers do. And I was lying in my bed one night and I was just opening myself up to the universe for like a direction, like a purpose. So like kind of just lay there and like prayed, to have a purpose. So that was what I asked for. Just give me like something that I can do, and I'll do whatever it is. Just like, and then I'd already been playing guitar for about 4 or 5 years, but I'd never really written songs. It just the joy of playing guitar and the what playing guitar did for me was it gave me, for the first time in my life, up until the point of playing guitar, I just thought if I did something I wasn't good at it, then it wasn't for me, and I would just go into the next thing. And then when I started playing guitar, and I had such a passion for it immediately, because on the first night of playing guitar, I was at one of my friend's house. His brother had a guitar in his room, and they showed me a few chords, and I sat there the whole night just changing, G, D, C, whatever the chords were, and then it just clicked in my mind that if obviously I wasn't good at it immediately, but if I just keep doing it, I will become good at it. I can do it. And as strange as that seems, it seems like almost quite a late age to realise that, but I was about 12, 13, and that was the first time that I realised that I can actually achieve things if I just do them. And so that was like a massive thing for me. So I'll go back to, I was lying in bed, wanting a purpose. So then I literally just sat up. The guitar was in the corner of the room. I went and picked the guitar up, sat in the corner of the bed, and I wrote my first song. And I just like most songs that I write, it just like fell out. It was just like, it took as long to write almost as it did to play through from start to finish. It was just there. That was it. And from that moment on, all I wanted to do was to write songs. And in that respect, in that way, I achieved what I set out to do. As far as like, that's all I've ever done since. And that's like what, 17, 24 years. So that was the start of my journey with music and writing songs, and the love of doing that. And I think one of the things that I love about music so much is that it's like for me it's like a language that's like mysterious, but it connects everyone, and we don't completely understand why, and we don't understand where a song comes from. For me, most of the time I dream music. It happens, I wouldn't say every night, but every week. And then I'll wake up, I'll record the idea. If I have time, if it's the right time, I'll immediately just record the song. So a lot of songs I've recorded, I've never played them twice, because I was literally woke up with the idea, recorded it. The way that I like to record, I don't really even know what the song is going to be when I start, and I'll often just kind of like improvise the structure, and then the words just, sometimes there's words already, sometimes they just fall into place, and it's a very quick process. And something I've been thinking a lot about recently is that, you know, like if you think of if like if parallel universes are a real thing, and they're like existing all at the same time, different levels, then is it possible that when you're having a dream at night, you're actually going into parallel universes? A lot of people who write songs, they describe it almost in the same way, like it's like a radio station, and they just like tap into that radio station for a second and almost like grab a song and pull it down, or the song gets sent down. That's very much what it's like for me when I'm awake. But when I'm sleeping, it's obviously just there. I wake up and the song is there, or at least part of a song. And then if I find it very easy to then just finish the song, because it seems like I'm already in that mode. Even later on, like sometimes I'll record an idea for a song that I've dreamt, and then I listen back to it and I'm able to just jump into it and finish it quick. So that part's always came really easy to me, or naturally I should say. But the actual mixing and mastering of the music, that's like an ongoing thing that's definitely not came naturally, I don't think, to me. A lot of aspects of it. So yeah, I think it's possible that when you dream, you're in different parallel universes, and when you, for me, like there's been times in my life where circumstances I've just not had time, or I've been in a place where I didn't have access to my equipment. I wasn't really able to do music in the way that I wanted to, and I almost made a decision to just kind of switch it off, I guess, or just put it in the background for a bit. Like, I know I'm going to come back to it, but I'm not going to access it right now because I can't do anything with it. And then as soon as I've got back into a place where, okay, I've got my equipment, or I've got my guitar or whatever, I've been able to just turn it on and almost like opening my mind up to that place again, wherever it is that the music is. So that's like a massive part of my life, because I've heard like people say that they've dreamt songs. I know Paul McCartney, one of his songs, was it Times of Trouble, Mother Mary Comes to Me, that one, Let It Be. He dreamt that song, I believe, and I've heard other people say that, but I've never heard anyone say that they do it all the time. And I'm sure there must be a lot of people that do that. Probably dreamers, not doers. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, there's a lot of people who are like creative people, dreamers, not doers. So, but if you can do both, if you can dream and do, then I think those people obviously are the ones that you know about, but perhaps the ones who are just dreamers, you don't really ever get to hear their stuff. So that's something that I always struggled with, because it's like I love writing songs so much, and that process of writing songs and also recording, I discovered later on that I'm just as passionate about actually recording the music, which was a surprise to me. But I love that as much as, to me, it's just like an extension of writing a song now. And as I get better at mixing and mastering, that part doesn't slow down the process either. So now I feel like I'm in the place where I can actually write, record, mix, master, and now I'm on to like the publishing of the music as well, because you don't want to just keep it for yourself. If music is like a gift, if it is like something that's given to you, a song, if you think of it in those ways, then you want other people to hear it, you want to give it back, I guess, because music inspires me, so I'm sure my music would inspire someone else, and that should be a main point. So like for me, everything is a song. Different people have different approaches, and different songs are born and, you know, develop, and the structure of them can change, and the people change the words. There's lots. I guess there's no exact formula. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but the way that I think about music is it's like a moment in time, and if I could choose like an ideal situation, because over the years I've got hundreds, thousands of songs, it becomes overwhelming. There's so many of them, you know you're not going to be able to finish them all. So what I do now is I'll like listen back randomly. So I'll just like scroll down, choose a random song and play that, and if I like it then I'll record it. So I kind of like almost make it like a roll of the dice, you know, kind of like a lottery of which song, let fate decide kind of thing, which song I'm going to record. That's the way that I can, I guess, come to peace with that, because in an ideal situation from the start I would have been able to write, record, publish like every single song. That would have been amazing. I mean, how many songs would there have been? So everything is a song. For me it's like almost like a diary entry. It's how I felt at a certain moment in time. So in that way I don't feel like it has to be perfect. I don't feel like I have to write the perfect words and go back and like rewrite it and edit it. And for me it's just in the moment, this is what I have to say. Often there's like an image in my mind, like the music creates like a picture, and I'm trying my best to describe that picture, and not only to describe it but to actually live in it. It's like a scene, like a place in the universe, I guess. Because growing up, I think from at some point in my early teens, or maybe even just before that, I had developed OCD, or that's the first time I can think of being aware that I had it, like being obsessive about things. And then so it would be very easy to be obsessive about music, but I've almost made a decision that I don't want to do that. I don't want to allow that, because I have been able to sort of like remove being OCD from my life as I've gotten older, you know, learning to manage it, I guess, learning to not do it so much. So I made a conscious decision. I didn't want that part of my life to be in music, because then, especially when you're recording and mixing, you'll start obsessing over things, like, and you'll never finish anything. So I've almost gone the opposite way, especially in the beginning when I started recording music. I went completely the opposite way, and I would almost not fix anything, even if it was out of time or out of tune, like badly. Whereas now I've tried to find more of a middle ground where, okay, I want it to be good, so I don't want to just put out things that are rubbish. And that was from feedback from a couple of people, like, oh, this is good but could be a bit better if you just, you know. So I've tried to find a bit of a balance there, and I think I've got that now. But yeah, everything is a song. So and I love that. I love it's like diary entries from life, and sometimes it's even from, it might not be things that you've experienced today or yesterday. It might be something like, quite often I've written a song, don't have a clue what it means, but I like it, and then a couple of years later I can relate to the song. So it's almost like premonitions in some way, which is quite nice. Future of music, obviously AI is a thing now that everyone's talking about, but that, it doesn't bother me. It's not I would never like stop making music because computers are going to start making music. For me, and I guess for the history of music came from like people getting together, making music, like a connection with each other, doing it for those purposes. And then obviously later on it became for right up to, oh, we're just doing it to make money, and all those kind of things. So I almost think that AI will filter out a lot of the people who maybe are doing music for the wrong reasons, and it will almost go back to people just doing music because that's what they love, and it'll encourage more live music because people will be like, I'm online. It's hard to tell what's fake, what's real. So I'm just going to go out and listen to music live, because there's a person standing in front of me and I can get that connection. And for anyone who has been to live performances, you know that it's like, it really is, when you see it live, it's like so much more impactful and you connect to it so much more. So that's pretty much it. That's what music means to me. That's the history of music for me in my life, and it's something that I'm always going to do. I almost feel like I don't have a choice. I do have a choice, but even if I have a choice, I would choose to do it. But it's something that's like so much part of me, and it's so much part of my dreams, my day-to-day life. Everything is a song.